Feiyutech sent us this gimbal, which is called Feiyutech G6 Plus. And the best part is it is also like appropriate for smaller cameras. So for example, our normal G7X, which is really tiny, we don't have to buy some really hefty gimbal for this. This gimbal, which is like more affordable, it's pretty valid for these kind of small cameras. And also if you have to put a phone on top of it, or like you have to use the gimbal with the phone, you can also do that. So like this is pretty versatile in that sense that you can use it with the normal phone, you can use it with the G7X. If you have some other small point and shoot cameras, you can also do that. It also has an app which I generally don't use because I want things to be like really fast, and you know, I don't want to spend too much time in setting up the Bluetooth and like putting the app on and all of these things. So it does it work in just like, you know, putting the record on and like turning the gimbal on, balancing it a bit, and that's fine. And most important thing is because we need like more cinematic shots for our intro and for the ending, this is why this gimbal was a huge plus for us, and also the reason why we are going to use it more often in the future, because when you're making vlogs, you can rather make them into something which are like more watchable, and you know, you just make nicer memories that way. So now let me show you the case and how the gimbal is balanced and everything. And I know like all of these things are like extremely new for us too, and I'm not a tech reviewer, I'm just making like normal videos, but this thing is really amazing. This is the gimbal right here, and then you have a cell which you have to put inside first of all at the bottom of the gimbal. You take it off the bottom like this, you close it. The best thing which I really like about like carrying this gimbal around is just this case. Like, you know, you can just fit it in one single place and you don't have to worry about the packaging, or you know, that the gimbal will get damaged or something like that. So like this is really nice. And also to charge the gimbal, it is very easy. Like you have this USB thing written here. Just open it and it's a normal, like, you know, the USB charger that you have, which you can use from your Samsung phones or something like that. They also give you the cable right here, so like you don't have to worry about finding it new. Also the nice thing is they have an adapter for the phones. So in case you want to like film something with the phone, you also have an adapter for the phone, so that you don't have to worry about something. Also you get some of these GoPro stuff. So like in case you want to integrate a GoPro with your things, that is also possible. So like here, these two things go inside and then your GoPro is fixed to this plate. Also you get another screw in case you like lose the first one, so this is also very nice. Let's now get started with the balancing process. So the balancing part is kinda difficult every single time, and you just have to like learn it. So let's start. First of all, you fix your camera with the plate. That's like pretty much the first step. Alright, so for example, you see that it's not balanced at all, because if it's balanced, it is still going to be in the proper like horizontal position. So then the entire process starts. So this is good enough and we can now start recording. Recording has started. So this is going to be the shot where we walk sideways, and then we want to see how the gimbal performs versus without the camera having any gimbal. Important thing to understand is because the camera has in-camera stabilization, so like the differences might be a bit subtle, but still like important to look for. Now we'll start with 1, 2, 3. the most important thing about this gimbal, which I really like, is how small it is. Like, there are not so many moving parts, like you don't have to like put some other kind of stand with it and things like that. So it is really great in that sense. And also, like, on the bottom of the gimbal you also have a screw where you can just screw the gimbal to the normal tripod that you have, and which is nice. So like, maybe you want some extra length, you can put the gimbal on top of that and then, you know, just carry your tripod with that. Like, I used to make some kind of shots with that. One such shot I made during a wedding function, which looked really cool. So like, some things like these you can always try and you can always get creative. So the size is great, the price is really affordable, and in general it's just a nice addition to have around with you, especially when you're going on any kind of like holidays, or when you absolutely know that you want to make some nice shots there. This is something that we did on an island where we went to in Denmark, and we just had some absolutely beautiful shots. And even the walking time lapse that you can do with this, it just looks absolutely beautiful. So from me, I'm not a tech reviewer, but I know what kind of shots look better. So this gimbal definitely helped me to improve the kind of shots that I'm able to make with the help of this stabilization. And you just don't see that shakiness, and then you can just use longer parts of the clip in the video. And many a times, just because there's some kind of shake or something when you're not having a gimbal, like the entire clip becomes unusable. Well, this kind of problem is solved with this gimbal. So like, this is something I absolutely like, and also something that I could gladly recommend to other people, because the quality is nice, the price is nice, and in general it's just a nice step up in your video making game. So that was pretty much it. Enjoy these shots, and I'll see you in another video.